Are you considering getting a new dog, just like the beautiful Molly here? Before you do, you need to ask yourself these 5 questions. Let's go. If you are looking to get a new dog and you want to be responsible, because it is a big responsibility getting a dog, these are the 5 questions you need to ask yourself. Question number 1 is, can I afford it? How much does a dog cost? Now, if you're getting a dog from a breeder, something of pedigree, it can cost a lot of money, even just to get the dog. If you go to a shelter, maybe it's free, or you have to pay some fees to get the dog. It's going to be cheaper, but it's still going to cost you. You then include the dog food, the poo bags, the bowls, the beds, everything that you need to buy for the dog. The vet, insurance, all this stuff costs money, and we need to consider that, can I afford, or can I cut back on something else to make sure my dog has what it needs? This is very important. The other thing to consider is the size of your dog. When it comes to dog food, Molly, we can buy a little packet and it lasts for a long time. Even the treats, we can give her tiny little things and she's super happy. If you buy a big Great Dane, the amount of food you're going to go through is enormous, and that means a lot more money. So consider your financial situation and whether you can afford a dog. Number 2 is, do you have the time? Does the dog fit into your lifestyle? If you're the person who goes to work early in the morning, spends all day at work, then goes out in the evening and has dinner, drinks, whatever, and comes home at 9-10 p.m, where are you going to have time to fit in looking after the dog, taking them for walks, giving them all the attention and love that they deserve? If you spend a lot of time at home and you think you do have the time, then great. If you don't have a lot of time, are you willing to sacrifice some of those activities that you like to do to make sure that the dog is well looked after and well loved? That's question number 2. Question number 3 is, do you have the space for the dog? Are you living in a big house with a big garden and they've got lots of room to roam? Or are you living in a place where it's a tiny little apartment in New York, 10 square feet, and there's no space? Is the dog going to be able to live happily where you are? Do you have access to a garden, a bit of grass where they can run around safely and be happy? The other thing to consider here is, if you do have a smaller apartment, okay, maybe a small dog like Molly here is okay, but a bigger dog is out of the question. You need to think about this. How much space do you have when deciding which dog to have, and also look at how energetic these dogs are and how much they need to run around and be active. That's question number 3. Question number 4 is, in your house, who is going to be the one looking after them? Now, I have heard lots of stories, especially if you have kids, of them going, yes, I will be the one, I will look after them, I will feed them, I will walk them every day, I will do everything, you don't have to do anything, just please give us a dog. But usually that ends up with someone else being the one who has to take them out and go for walks and feed them and doing everything else, while everyone else just enjoys the love and attention and the games. So think about, who is that person going to be? If you're living on your own, obviously that's going to be you. But if you're living in a house, okay, see that person who is eventually going to end up looking after them all. Do they have the time? Do they want the dog? Do they want that responsibility? So that is question number 4. Question number 5 that you need to ask yourself is, do you have people who live near you who can help you out? This means that if you're at work all day and the dog is alone, they will need someone to come and let them out to go to the bathroom and give them a bit of attention around lunchtime before you get back, because you can't spend 8-9 hours away and leave them at home if you don't want big messes in the apartment. So is there someone who can take them out, maybe go for a short walk? Now this could be a friend, family that lives nearby, a neighbor, or you could then look at dog walking services and say, okay, can I find someone? Maybe there's loads of websites now where they can come, they can look after the dog, they can take them for a walk for 20-30 minutes, give them the exercise they need, let them do their business, and then they're happy for when you come home after work. Bear in mind that if it is a dog walking service, you'll obviously need to pay, and this goes back to question number 1. It's an added cost, and can you afford that? The other thing with this is if you have to go away, dogs, what are you going to do with them? Sometimes you can take the dog with you, which is great, but sometimes you can't. So if you're going to be away for a few days for a work meeting or a little holiday that you deserve where you can't take the dog on the plane, where's the dog going to go? Are you going to find a kennel? Is there someone who can look after the dog for a few days? House sit? Whatever needs to happen for the dog to be looked after, you need to consider that before you get the dog. Okay, who can I count on to look after the dog? Where can I find these people who will take the dog out during the day? And if I need to go away, what will happen to your dog? Because at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to be able to take care and look after this dog. If you have now asked yourself these 5 questions and you are happy with the answers and you say, yes, we can have a dog, what is the next step? Well, the next step is doing your research. What kind of dog do you want? Every single dog has their own personality, their own energy levels, their own size. What is it that you want in a dog? What kind of dog do you want? And do your research. Look up, is this dog good for me? If you're interested, I have made a video on the toy poodle, like Molly here. You can have a look and do your research and see if that fits in with your lifestyle. But any kind of breed that you want, do your research, find out if that's going to work for you, because taking on a dog is a great responsibility. Unfortunately, so many people end up saying, yes, I want a dog, because they just think about the nice things. They think about, oh, it'd be so lovely to have someone come when I come home and be all happy and I can give them cuddles, and it's all great. But they don't think about the responsibility, and they haven't asked themselves these 5 questions that I've told you today. And they haven't done their research on which kind of dog best suits my life. And therefore they end up in the animal shelters or they end up abandoned. And we don't want that at all. So ask yourself these 5 questions, do your research. And if you do end up getting a dog, I will have more videos very shortly on what to do next. Thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please feel free to like the video. That helps us a lot. Comment what kind of a dog you would love to have in your family. And feel free to subscribe for some more videos on the next steps of getting your dog. In the meantime, you can watch this video here, which is the pros and cons of the toy poodle. Have a wonderful day and see you again soon.